I'm Howie Scarborough. I'm the CEO of Fall Protection Distributors, and we've recently written a blog. It's about Baker Metal standing seam panels. So this company goes by Dixie Supply and Baker Metals, and they make two different versions of a snap lock panel. They make a striated and a non-striated version. And what we're talking about is fall protection products that are compatible with these panels. So if you jump into this blog on the website, the first panel we talk about is the non-striated version. It's a 1-inch snap lock. It's available in 12 or 16-inch coverage. So these are available by special order. So you can get these in 26 gauge or 24 gauge. So we're primarily going to be talking about the 24 gauge version below. So if you go down here, the next panel is the striated version. It's still a 1-inch snap lock, 16-inch coverage on this. As you notice, the striations give it a little more structural integrity. So if you jump down here to the chart, you can see we have the two panels across the top, non-striated and striated. These are in 24 gauge. These are going to be very compatible with seam mounted equipment. Lighter gauges, you will be able to use an alternative product. So starting with the SSRA1 Seam Anchor. So this seam anchor mounts onto the seam. It provides a single worker tie off with the D-ring. It uses 12 non-penetrating set screws. And this is intended for 22 gauge steel. And on 22 gauge, you're going to tighten these set screws. They only go to 90 inch pounds, not foot pounds, but inch pounds. And anytime we're talking about seam mounted equipment, one caveat to remember is if it's a curved panel, you want to bring in a safety expert to determine the best fall protection. So whenever we're talking about mounting equipment to the seams, we're talking about steel panels, 24 or 22 gauge primarily, and non-curved panels. It's very important. So the other version of the SSRA1 Seam Anchor, the only difference is the type of set screws. And you can buy kits with one anchor that has multiple types of set screws in it. But the other version is the SSRA1 nylon tip. So it just has a nylon bushing in the end of the set screws. And this is intended for 24 gauge steel. And these are going to tighten between 180 to 200 inch pounds of torque. And that's going to give your single worker tie off. Now with the removable D-ring, you can get into adapter plate. If you need 10-foot walkboards, you simply mount two SSRA1 anchors about 8 feet apart on the roof, remove the D-rings, and then you get a pair of SSRA2 roof jack adapters. These drop on top of the anchor bodies and they lock on. And these are seam height adjustable as well as roof pitch adjustable. They have padded feet on the bottom, so they won't scratch up the panels. And what the feet do is that stabilizes the seam. So when you're up on the walkboards moving around, the boards are not shifting underneath you. So that gives you a nice level footing when you're trying to paint or do other things on steeper roofs. Now, if you need to have maximum mobility, then we're getting into horizontal lifelines. So we have two different options for you. If you use the SSRA3 Anchor Plate, that each plate mounts on top of two SSRA1 anchors. It's going to fit seams between 12 and 24 inches wide because it has these adjustable grooves that the anchors mount to that allows them to slide narrower or wider for different width seams. So with an anchor plate and two anchors on each end of a horizontal lifeline, you've got a temporary setup. So we do sell a kit that has 4 SSRA1 seam anchors, 2 SSRA3 anchor plates, and a 100-foot horizontal lifeline. That is for temporary horizontal lifeline use, and that's going to support 2 workers. If you have more than 2 workers, you can always buy some additional SSRA1s, and you can mount those on seams right below the line right near where the work areas are going to be. So when a worker goes down the rope, gets to the work area, he can clip off the horizontal lifeline onto a fixed anchor and then move down the roof to do the work he needs to get done. Another option is for permanent horizontal lifeline. So we offer an industry exclusive Super Anchor 120-foot permanent. This is a galvanized steel cable. So you have end posts, intermediate posts. This is designed for standing seam roofs. And it has 5-inch riser posts with these. So that's for a permanent installation. That's available on the website. So if you are dealing with a 26 gauge panel, or let's say you have a different manufacturer that has a zinc or aluminum, a softer base material panel that you don't feel the SSRA1 is going to be compatible with, what we recommend in that case is going to be the Ridge Pro. So the Ridge Pro is very simply, it's like a ladder hook without the ladder. It basically mounts on the end of a 16-foot pole. The worker ascends the ladder, uses the pole to run the Ridge Pro up the roof, flip it over the peak. And once you do that, you now have a vertical lifeline attached to the peak of the roof. That lifeline is attached to your harness. So as soon as that worker steps from the ladder to the roof, he is already 100% tied off. So you can do an inspection, do a quick repair, get back to the ladder, and you're 100% tied off the entire time. So the Ridge Pro is a very versatile product for a lot of different roof types. Doesn't have to be a metal roof either. One thing to remember on Ridge Pro is this is designed for 612 to 1212 pitch roofs. So if you have any questions about any of these products or any of these panels, give us a call. Our phone number is on the website. You can email us at support@fallpd.com. And this little blue circle in the bottom right corner of our website, that's our live chat. Just let us know how we can help you.